on this nigga. Hold on. I grabbed what I came to get or whatever. He's like, come on over here to my uncle's house or whatever. Boom. Familiar with your uncle's house. Had been over there before once or twice or something like that. You know what I mean? So I had grabbed whatever, but I'm in a rush because I got to get back to the shop or whatever, you know, or whatnot. So, boom. I'm riding down the street. I done got the nigga being Speedway, right? I'm damn near to the tire shops on 16th Street. I'm like, fuck. I don't have my phone. So I start calling my phone, and I start calling his phone, and when nobody answering on my shop phone, I got a little flip. This is my shop phone, right? So, girl, yeah. So I'm on my little shop flip phone, and I'm like, boom, calling my cell phone, calling this phone. Ain't want nobody answer. So I'm like, damn. So now I done got back over there. I done parked right up by the front door, though, thank God, because they chased me out of there. They was trying to kill me. Y'all, they tried to kill me. So anything happened to me, y'all know they tried to kill me today. Them niggas. And then when I got in the car, I started talking shit. If anybody knows me, that's how I get down. As soon as I get to the car, when I get close to my pistol, I'm really talking shit now. So wait a minute. So look, I'm in here. Hold on. I'm banging on the door. I'm like, boom, boom, boom. So I'm knocking on this motherfucking door. I'm like, I need my fucking phone. That's my money bag. I'm like hitting this motherfucking door, and I'm like, won't nobody come to the fucking door, right? I'm like, damn. Something told me to check the door. That motherfucker was unlocked. When I stepped in there, y'all. Oh my God, my stomach hurts. My stomach hurts. When I walked in there, y'all, what I seen with my own two eyes. Hold on. Thank God my phone was sitting on the table right there by the door. I swung that door, but I said, oh. And I couldn't even talk. The words. I couldn't get the words out of my mouth, right? So I'm like, I'm trying to breathe. I'm like, and I just looked down and see my phone. I snatched my phone. They was standing there just staring at me. So them motherfuckers looking like the devil. They was looking like they was really trying to kill me. So I just grabbed my phone. I was like, so I jump in, start running. I done jump back in my car. Remember I told you I parked up by the door, right? So I get in my fucking car. And as I'm backing down, I'm like, hey, you motherfuckers, y'all better come up out some money. Y'all be talking that big money and shit. Give me a couple of bands or something now. Cause this right here, this is unacceptable. I'm out the window like, you motherfuckers is trifling. And you bitches think y'all ain't gonna get me. So wait, dude said, come on back. I said, nah, you on bullshit. I was like, motherfucker, send it. Cash at me, motherfucker. I said, if you don't cash at me in the next hour, I'm telling the whole goddamn city what the fuck.
Good evening. Now at 5 o'clock, Metro Police are asking for your help in their investigation of a morning crash and shooting that left one person dead, 2 people in the hospital, and 4 cars damaged.
RTV6's Cameron Riddle is live at 30th Street and Lafayette Road where the crash happened with what we are learning tonight. Cameron.
Well, good evening. Late this afternoon, we have learned that police are now asking for the public's help in putting the pieces back together after one woman was killed and a man was injured after what ended in a crash here at 30th and Lafayette Road, but may have started as a shooting. IMPD officers were actually in the area when this all began, and they tell us they actually heard multiple gunshots and then the crash. Take a look at some of this video that we are showing you right now. It may be hard to look at, but this is what kept the intersection closed and buzzing with police officers for at least 6 hours. Police tell us 4 cars in total were involved, and the 2 people injured were both taken to the hospital. IMPD says that unidentified male was taken to the hospital in serious condition. The woman was also transported to the hospital with a gunshot wound, but did die at the hospital. We talked to a man who witnessed the crash this morning. He says the driver of the terribly damaged blue car somehow walked away after being slammed into from behind while he was sitting at that light.
And all of a sudden, the Camaro came shooting all the way down the street at least 90 miles per hour and hit the car and spent it 3 times, and that's when it hit the Altima.
In just moments, a woman consumed by fear and fury unleashed a torrent of accusations that triggered a chain reaction of chaos. Jane Wfield, trembling with anger, yet resolute in her clarity, was determined to expose a shocking truth she had just uncovered. Her actions were no empty threat. She meant every word. Within minutes, her explosive social media post sent shockwaves through the online world, filled with allegations, ultimatums, and a chilling final warning. If anything happened to her, the truth would reveal the reason. Tragically, mere hours later, Jane Wfield was gone, her life extinguished in a violent, targeted act. Jane Wfield, a 40-year-old Indianapolis native, was far more than a local figure. She was a commanding presence, a voice that refused to be silenced. Born and raised in the heart of Indiana, Jane lived with unapologetic boldness, speaking her truth without fear of judgment. To some, she was a polarizing figure, adored by those who admired her courage, reviled by those who found her too brash. Yet, no one could deny her magnetic energy. Jane possessed a raw, unfiltered charisma. She laughed with abandon, debated with ferocity, and rejected any attempt to box her in. Her online persona was larger than life, defined by candid live streams, provocative opinions, and commentary that pulled no punches. Her followers were drawn to her audacity, her willingness to say what others only whispered. But beneath the fiery exterior, Jane was also a mother, a woman who had endured hardship and betrayal, yet continued to forge ahead. She wasn't flawless, nor did she pretend to be. In a society that often criticized women for being too outspoken, Jane embraced her voice, ensuring it echoed far and wide. At the heart of this tragedy lies a man named Jamael Carter Sr., born on September 13, 1981, in Indianapolis. Known to some as Gar, he graduated from Ben Davis High School, though much of his personal life remained private, until Jane thrust it into the public eye. According to her, she and Jamael had once been romantically entwined, and their relationship was a chapter she believed was closed. Yet a single discovery would unravel everything, setting the stage for a fatal confrontation. Jane's story began with what seemed like a routine visit. She arrived at Jamael's home to discuss business matters. Once their conversation concluded, she returned to her shop, only to realize she had left one of her phones behind. Frantic, she repeatedly called the device and reached out to Jamael, but he didn't answer. With no other choice, she drove back to his house. After knocking repeatedly to no avail, she tested the door handle and found it unlocked. What she encountered inside would change the course of her life and end it. Jane claimed she walked in on Jamael in an intimate moment with another man, not just in the same space, but in his bed. Shockingly, she recognized the man as someone Jamael had previously introduced as his cousin. Stunned and betrayed, Jane said she was chased from the house. She grabbed her phone and fled to her car, where she issued a stark ultimatum. Pay her $5,000 within 1 hour, or she would reveal everything. In her mind, this was the price of silence, a chance for Jamael to preserve his privacy. She even extended the deadline by an extra hour when he failed to respond. But no payment came. True to her unapologetic nature, Jane did what she did best. She went live on social media, broadcasting her accusations to the world.
Like, motherfucker, send it. Cash at me, motherfucker. I said, if you don't cash at me in the next hour, I'm telling the whole goddamn city what the fuck's going on. I told him just cash at me 5 Benz. That's all. Shit, you in a $50,000 truck. I can't get 5 Benz. I can't get 5 Benz. So I was just like, cash at me 5 Benz. That's it. And I ain't gonna sell a soul. You know, it won't be nothing on nothing. Huh. That motherfucker, look, I called his phone. He kept saying, bitch, I'm Hallville. Bitch, ain't nobody gonna go against. I said, who the fuck is Hallville? Don't nobody give a fuck about Hallville. Who the fuck? Does anybody know what the fuck is, what the Hallville was? I was just sitting over there, I got a bag at Hallville. I sat in you bitches' faces and made a bag. What are you talking about? Enough to get me to my next location. So fuck a Hallville. Who are ya? Hallville, who is it? Anybody left? Who is this nigga? And so, hold on. I gave this nigga ample opportunity. I even gave him an extra hour to come up with the money. I was like, listen, just run me the bag and I'll just try to forget. But at the same time, nigga, you could have let me know you was getting down like it. He said, bitch, I ain't gotta tell you shit, bitch. I don't owe you no explanations, bitch. He's talking like a G, though. This nigga talking like he on gin, though. This nigga is talking like he's on gin, though. Okay? I'm telling you, he's talking like a G. I said, boy, they told me they was doing it out east, but I didn't know y'all was doing it out west like this. I believed out east. I done heard about out east. I heard about you niggas out east. Getting nasty than a bitch about a bag. Y'all niggas, east them niggas getting 20, 30 off white men, I heard. I don't know. But what I am gonna say is, Jamal, you got the right bitch today, because I take it personal because you gave me, you administrated head on me before. So now I gotta go, well, I stay in the hospital, so you know what I mean? I probably would have known if something would have happened to me behind this shit. But at the same time, you're not safe. You're not safe. You know, it's been a long time really since I touched you like that or whatever, but motherfuckers ain't safe out here, y'all. It's definitely not safe. They're sick, they're nasty, and they're just out here to get bitches. And they're out here, man, that shit is real. That shit y'all see in ATL, that shit is so fucking real. And it's starting to come down. It's tumbling down to our city. They're taking over. Everybody needs to check their nigga out straight up, because these niggas are playing like they this and that and got the keys to the city and all this and that. And they under the sheets and the covers. So I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I've been super traumatized today about some niggas once again, because I had to witness some shit that I didn't come to see or nothing like that, and I don't appreciate it either. Because you know what? If you get down like that, nigga, you need to let motherfuckers know. You don't just do that kind of shit and just think it's okay. And then you was looking at me like you was ready to do something to me. Bitch, I'm out of here. Yeah, bitch. I would have let him go right out my little car, honey. I don't move without my pistol. Never, bitch. Should have went to the door with that motherfucker. Good thing I didn't. Then pop one of them niggas. Hey, all I'm saying is, guys, you females don't make it no better. Y'all keep accepting these niggas back, and they just nasty, and they just do what the fuck ever they want to do and stuff. And now they just getting wild. I guess they just tired of us bitches. Now they fucking each other and shit. The shit's getting wild. All I'm saying is, be safe. Boat up on your dude. Boat up. I'm telling you, boat up on these niggas, because ain't no telling what's going on. I done seen this shit right here. I'm everybody suspect. After this right here, all you niggas is suspect until I determine otherwise. All you niggas on the list. All you niggas. I'm cool. I should have known. You know what though? I'm gonna tell you what the first clue was. The nigga was getting his toes done. This should have told it right here. The nigga was getting his toes done, y'all. And you know how you can change the face on live? You can change the face of the person that, you know, like you're looking at them. He was changing them into men and stuff. I understood when he was changing it to like women or characters, but when you was changing them into men, why do you have the men on your feet, baby? What are you doing here? I'm like, I thought that was weird. That was the clue. See, it be clues. It be signs. And I just showed somebody that shit and was like, ain't this weird in a bitch? Why is he turning the camera into a man touching his feet? I thought that was disgusting. That wasn't number 2 weeks ago. And then, here we go. I walked into a mess. I walked into some smutty, nasty, disgusting shit. And I'll probably never be the same. I don't know. Star, I'm gonna never be the same. Never. And these little dusty ass niggas, they gotta be stopped. They're fucking disgusting. Now I'm wondering where you got the money for this truck and shit. You're probably fucking white men downtown. You hang downtown all the goddamn time. You down there fucking them white men. What's going on out here in these streets? For the better Indianapolis, for the greater Indianapolis, you niggas need to knock that shit off. Y'all infesting our little town. We all gonna be dead. I ain't touching nothing else. I don't want no head off you niggas or nothing else. I'm cool. I'm cool. Y'all done showed me what time it is around here. Shit, I thought we was safe. We sorry than a bitch around here. Y'all ain't gotta worry about it. But one thing for certain, two things for sure, that bitch will never be back on this line a day in his motherfucking life. Bitch, you should have just paid the bread. You the one walking around like you got so much motherfucking money. Nigga, well, you better get, you should have got me quiet then. 5,000, I would have thought maybe that you were sincere about being, girl, right. You would have ran me about 5 G's. I would have thought that, you know what I mean? I could have maybe took you seriously. And maybe, you know, I don't know, but you declined. You thought you was girl screaming that Hallville shit and thought somebody was gonna give a fuck about that shit. I don't give a fuck about a Hallville. Nigga, I sat over in Hallville by myself and made a bag. Was leaving out of there with hundreds every day. What are y'all talking about? I don't give a fuck about fucking Hallville. The fuck? Dusty motherfuckers. And now y'all out here passing out shit and anything else. I don't know what y'all got going on. But what you're not gonna do is never get back on my line again, you weird ass motherfucking dude. But today was your day to get exposed. Clearly today was your day. Because I'm here to tell you. I'm at the top of the mountain. I'm telling you like Moses, like I told you I was gonna do. And I told you I was gonna do this. Motherfucker, they chased me out the house though. Hold on. They motherfucking pants was hanging. Hold on. God, wait a minute. Listen. I've never seen such. Thank God for the people that were outside and shit and kids and shit. They had to stop at the door because they got the top of apartments. They got the little hallway. They had to stop at the door because there were kids and shit getting out of school and stuff. And people outside, thank God. But I hopped in my truck and hopped in my car and was talking hella shit. I was talking hella shit. Boy, hey, everything I wanted to say, I couldn't say at that moment. But after I got to my car, I told them motherfuckers the truth about they trifling asses and told them how fucking dare you motherfuckers. Ugh. And you kept on trying to tell me this nigga was your cousin. So was he your cousin or wasn't he? I don't know. And kept having him in your videos all the time. Just some dude I had never seen in a day in my life. And come to find out, you and this nigga sticking and moving. But I'm about to have to get out here, y'all, because I got some shit going on. But I had to just get this off of my chest. I had to just bring it to the community because this type of shit right here, it gotta be stopped. And if something happens to me or something like that, at least you guys know the truth, okay? Because he's quite upset about the change of events that have occurred at this point. And I don't even know who's the weirdo he had with him or nothing or none of that. But all that Hallville shit, I don't care about it or none of that. But the truth is the truth, and it is what it is. And next time, take my threats for real. I don't know what will make you think I won't go tell nobody. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Nigga, I don't fuck with you like that. You weird ass nigga. These niggas is really crazy. I'm Hallville. Okay, you're Hallville. Nigga, I'm behind the fair, bitch. I'm behind the fair. You know what I mean? I used to live down the street from the Kia. Nigga, who cares? Who fucking cares? The ghetto boys was living next door to me. Who cares? The fuck? Listen. I was in Hallville. Nigga, nobody give a fuck about that shit. Y'all fucking and y'all freaking in Hallville. I've had enough of it. So, from here on out, y'all better check these niggas out straight up. I mean, I'm talking about taking back to the 3rd grade. Talk to their principal. I'm talking about we got to really start checking these niggas out because I would have never thought in a million years this nigga was going to come out of a bag like this today. This right here, it just killed my little heart because you be trusting people. You do believing people. When they show you totally different from what you really thought. These niggas got on masks, y'all. They got on whole masks. Be safe out here. That's the only thing I can say is be fucking safe. Be safe. I'm disgusted, but it's gonna be all right. But if anybody needs any tires, come on out, Castleton. Tons of tires. I got them all. I got tons of them. And I'll get back with y'all.
As the live stream ended, Jane's words carried a haunting premonition. She warned that her revelations might provoke retaliation, that her safety could be at risk. Her fears were not unfounded. On February 18, 2020, a seemingly ordinary Tuesday in Indianapolis turned into a scene of unimaginable horror. By midday, the city's northwest side was gripped by chaos. A yellow Chevrolet Camaro tore down Lafayette Road at nearly 100 miles per hour, its driver described by onlookers as frantic, desperate, as though fleeing for her life. That driver was Jane Wfield. Just hours earlier, she had shared her now infamous Facebook Live video, publicly accusing her former partner, Jamael Carter Sr., of a hidden relationship with another man. She had named names, shared images, and declared that if harm came to her, the world would know the cause. Now that prophecy was unfolding. As Jane weaved through traffic, the sound of gunshots pierced the air. Multiple rounds were fired, shattering the normalcy of the day. Then came the crash, a catastrophic collision at the intersection of Lafayette Road and 30th Street. Jane's Camaro slammed into several vehicles, leaving a trail of twisted metal, broken glass, and smoke. Emergency responders raced to the scene, expecting a high-speed accident. But what they found was far more sinister. Inside the wrecked car, Jane clung to life, not from crash-related injuries, but from a gunshot wound inflicted while she was still driving. Paramedics worked feverishly to save her, rushing her to a nearby hospital, but their efforts were in vain. Jane Wfield was pronounced dead shortly after arrival, her life cut short in a brutal act of violence. The news spread like wildfire across social media, igniting a storm of grief, disbelief, and suspicion. Many believed this was no random act. It was a calculated murder. Indianapolis police confirmed the public's fears. Jane's death was no accident. It was a targeted killing, deliberate and precise. Investigators scoured surveillance footage from nearby businesses and interviewed witnesses, while tips flooded in from a shaken community. Yet, no arrests were made, no suspects named, no motive officially confirmed. The woman who had fearlessly exposed what she saw as betrayal was now silenced, her death occurring mere hours after her viral broadcast. The timing was too precise, too chilling to be dismissed as coincidence. For many, it felt like a public execution carried out in broad daylight. Some speculated Jane had invited danger by airing such personal allegations, while others insisted she was murdered to bury a truth someone wanted hidden. One fact was undeniable. Her live stream hadn't just captivated an audience. It had turned deadly. Jane Wfield's death was as public as her life, bold, dramatic, and unapologetically raw. The woman who refused to be silenced was now gone, leaving behind a single, haunting question. Who was responsible for her murder? Almost 3 years later, the story took another grim turn. On October 6, 2022, Indianapolis police received multiple 911 calls reporting gunfire in the 700 block of King Avenue in the city's Haveville neighborhood. Officers arrived to find a man critically wounded by gunshots. Despite efforts to save him, he was pronounced dead at the scene. The victim was none other than 41-year-old Jamael Carter Sr., the man at the center of Jane's explosive accusations. His death reignited a firestorm of speculation online. Was this a belated act of retribution carried out by someone close to Jane, or a supporter who felt her killer had escaped justice? Or was it an unrelated tragedy, a consequence of the rising gun violence plaguing Indianapolis? Police launched an investigation, but like Jane's case, it yielded no arrests, no named suspects, and no clear motive. 2 lives, once connected by a single, controversial video, had now ended in violence. The unanswered questions lingered. Was Jamael's death a direct consequence of Jane's live stream, a ripple effect from that fateful day? Or were these 2 murders, though linked by circumstance, driven by separate forces. The facts are stark. 2 people are dead, their stories bound by one video, yet the truth remains elusive. Who, if anyone, bore the greater fault? Was Jane's demand for $5,000 an act of blackmail, or was it born of fear? A desperate attempt to protect herself after stumbling upon a secret she believed could endanger her? Did she expose Jamiel out of a need for justice, or was it a calculated move to punish someone she felt had deceived and humiliated her? And what of Jamiel? Was it fair for Jane to broadcast his private life to a world often unforgiving of men navigating the complex interplay of identity and societal expectations? Was he a man burdened by secrets too heavy to bear, only to have them exposed by someone else's hand? The deeper question looms. Did any of these choices truly matter? From the moment Jane stepped into that room, was her fate already sealed? Whether she had stayed silent, demanded payment, or shared her story with the world, perhaps nothing could have altered the tragic outcome. Perhaps her death was inevitable the moment truth collided with shame. It's tempting to assign blame, to pick a side in this tangled web of motives and morality. But the reality is more unsettling. In some stories, everyone is flawed, and no one emerges unscathed. What do you believe? Was Jane Wfield a woman seeking justice on her terms, or did her actions cross a line that invited disaster? Was she reckless in her pursuit of truth, or courageous in her refusal to stay silent? Was her death the result of exposing a secret someone was desperate to conceal, or was she doomed the moment she witnessed something she was never meant to see? 2 lives, 2 deaths, and a single truth buried beneath the weight of a live stream. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. We upload new true crime content daily, covering cases you know and many you don't. Stick with us as we bring you more stories that deserve to be heard.